Bill Curtis and Diane Sawyer bring you the news you need and the special reports you want. Make your morning with the CBS Morning News. This is CBS.
In tonight's local and regional news, Dorothy Noga, one of the prosecution's star witness in the Stuart Knowlton murder trial, took the stand today in Ramsey County District Court. Another report is out tonight on the workings of the Minneapolis Police Department's Internal Affairs Unit, this one from the Civil Rights Commission. And we'll examine the transsexual therapy and treatment program at the University of Minnesota. Coming up on the 6 p.m. report.
Healthy plants need healthy soil. That's what you get with this new Green Machine Weeder Cultivator. A powerful electric motor drives twin self-cleaning blades that slice easily into the soil. There's no clogging, no skating or dancing to the side. The reciprocating blade action keeps you in control. For gardens, flower beds, landscaped areas, the Green Machine tills the soil without toil.
The Green Machine available at Glendale Garden Center and Gamble Store.
Heavy rain here, turning to ice here, snow here. Better see your Toyota dealer. Right. When weather and roads are a problem, he's got the answer. This front-wheel drive that you shift into four-wheel drive. An extra low sixth gear for even more traction. The all-new four-wheel drive Toyota Tercel wagon. You need the extra value of Tercel's four-wheel drive. Right. Your Toyota dealers got it right.
WCCO Television, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
From WCCO Television, the Northwest's leading news station, this is the 6 p.m. report.
Good evening, everyone. In August of 1982, WCCO Television News aired a report by reporter Caroline Lowe in which we heard from this woman, Dorothy Noga, who is a former St. Paul masseuse. Ms. Noga told our crew then that while she was working one night, Stuart Knowlton confessed to her that he had killed 6-year-old Cassie Hansen 5 months earlier. Today, Ms. Noga repeated that claim in Ramsey County District Court.
Well, she is one of the prosecution's star witnesses in the Knowlton case, and Lisa Schroeffer covered today's court proceedings. Lisa?
Pat, Dorothy Noga said today that Stuart Knowlton had confessed to her that he killed Cassie Hansen. And she said that he knew it would come to that someday. Noga testified that Knowlton described what happened, that he went to Jehovah Lutheran Church to use the bathroom, and on his way out helped Cassie Hansen into the bathroom, waiting for her to come out and turning off the light behind her. Cassie's mother testified last week that when she checked the bathroom for her missing daughter, the light was off. Noga said Knowlton told her that he'd asked the little girl if she wanted to play a game, and that at first she'd said yes. She was there to take part in a scavenger hunt at the church. Noga said Knowlton told her that he took the girl to his car, that she screamed and tried to get away, and that he held his hand over her mouth until she died, then panicked and put her body in a dumpster, putting her shoes in different places to throw police off. She said Knowlton told her he realized he needed an alibi and spent several hours dropping in at various restaurants and saunas in St. Paul. On cross-examination, Noga testified that she'd contacted police after that conversation and agreed to tape record any more talks between them, but that from then on, Knowlton insisted he had nothing to do with the killing. Noga testified she told Knowlton several weeks after the murder that police knew Knowlton did it, and that he became infuriated and stabbed her in the neck. On cross-examination, though, she admitted that at first she'd told police that someone else had attacked her. She said she'd suffered partial memory loss and remembered later that Knowlton had been responsible. Noga will take the stand again tomorrow morning. Pat?
All right, Lisa, thank you. A Wisconsin man remains hospitalized after allegedly killing 2 people, taking hostages, then being shot by the police. It happened this morning in Ontario, Wisconsin. Vernon County police arrived to investigate a murder. They got a report that the suspect, still unidentified, had taken hostages at a nearby restaurant. Shortly after, the body of a second victim turned up in the area. Police negotiated with the alleged gunman for more than 2 hours, then opened fire. None of the hostages was harmed. Maury Onan is fighting extradition to Minnesota. He is the man who was arrested in Phoenix Tuesday in connection with the drug deaths of a Twin Cities couple last weekend. Onan appeared in a Phoenix courtroom today where he refused to sign the extradition papers. His bond has been set at $68,500. Late this afternoon, authorities positively identified the drug in question as methadone. so he will now face local charges of possession of narcotics. Onan's next court appearance is scheduled for May 5th. Last January, Mayor Frazier's Blue Ribbon Commission issued a report on the Minneapolis Police Department's Internal Affairs Unit.
That's the arm of the department that investigates alleged police misconduct. And today, the Civil Rights Commission issued a second report on the unit, which includes some ideas of its own. The story from Philip Holman.
When wrongdoing by a Minneapolis police officer is alleged, the Internal Affairs Unit investigates facts and issues rulings. The process now takes place exclusively in the police department. The Civil Rights Commission's report urges more citizen participation in the review process. Proponents of the report say its recommendations are more sensitive to human needs. Among other things, it recommended that the review panel be expanded from 3 to 7 members, 4 of whom would come from a list submitted by the commission itself. The panel would evaluate the police investigation and make recommendations before the police chief makes a final decision. It would even review the merits of that decision and be charged with protecting the civil rights of complaining parties. If the chief and the panel clash on a decision, today's report proposes that the courts or the commission itself review the matter.
People just do not feel comfortable with the police monitoring themselves, and they feel as though we need to have a cross-section of people. We feel though it should be individuals that are from the community, that have a reputation in the community of being fair, being forthright, and being above board, and that's going to give people a fair shake.
Minneapolis Police Chief Boza said the commission's report is unrealistic and unworkable.
If we follow the Civil Rights Commission formula, we'll never get it adopted, in my view. I think that it goes altogether too far, that it's not workable and it's not doable. And by the time we get something like this implemented, we'll all be dead and buried.
Mayor Frazier will review both reports and decide how the hearing process will finally work. Meanwhile, Boza said discipline from a strong police chief is the best way to deter police misconduct. But one member of the Civil Rights Commission asked, what do you do when there are no Bozas around? Philip Holman, WCCO Television News, Minneapolis.
A new version of the workers' compensation bill is ready to go into the House floor on Monday. We'll have that story when the 6 p.m. report continues.
If the one thing you don't have is time to spend cooking, the one thing you should have is a Cuisinart food processor. It makes fast work out of slicing 6 tomatoes, shredding 10 ounces of cheddar cheese, kneading 3 pounds of bread dough, mixing a 2-pound chocolate cake. The Cuisinart food processor. Haven't you spent enough time without one?
There goes lower phone bills. It's Skyline, the satellite phone service of SBS, owned by Aetna, Comsat, and IBM. Skyline lets you call interstate anywhere in the U.S., anytime, and save up to 50%.
Hello? Mom, great news. Got an A on my finals. Wonderful. Tell me all about it.
Cut the cost of your long-distance phone bills up to 50%. Call Skyline now, 800-235-2001.
This prescription can be filled only by a registered pharmacist, a professional who would precisely dispense the exact drugs your doctor ordered, using pharmaceuticals from top-name manufacturers, or if you choose, generic equivalents were allowed. Last year, over 20 million prescriptions were taken to Kmart pharmacies. For the quality and the Kmart price, put your good trust in Kmart.
We've got it and we've got it good at Kmart. Kmart, we've got it and we've got it good.
High School, a fascinating study of conformity and power in America's secondary schools. Tonight at 12:10 on Channel 4.
We are in between rounds at the state capitol tonight in that fight over workers' compensation. The newest version of the bill passed out of committee today, sidestepping trouble on its way. The story from Karen Boros.
What I have is a bill that no one opposes. It emerged about 32 hours ago.
The newest workers' compensation bill includes a state insurance fund opposed by Republicans and some DFLers and doubles the size of the staff assigned to workers' comp cases. The new benefit structure reduces payments to workers who receive a job offer, increases payments to those with no job offer.
For the first time in Minnesota, and to my knowledge anywhere, we've provided a strong economic incentive for the employer to offer the old job back at the old status that the employee previously enjoyed.
The politics of workers' compensation have become increasingly complex, with a group of renegade DFLers known as the Wood Ticks joining forces with Republicans, threatening to move the bill onto the House floor, bypassing the committee process. But after heavy lobbying from the DFL governor himself, DFLers decided to stick with the system and voted the bill out of committee.
And I guess I'm convinced that we're in full agreement that we're not going to leave this place this spring unless there's a major and comprehensive reformation of workers' compensation.
The wood ticks that have paid so greatly to try and get something done are going to get sold down the tubes once more, and I'll be very surprised if anything of substance happens, as I know you expect it will.
The test Monday, when the workers' compensation bill is expected on the House floor, will be keeping the bill one bill or splitting it in two. Opponents of the state insurance fund want two bills and think they have the votes, DFL and IR, to split the bill and reject the state fund without risking rejection of other workers' compensation changes. Karen Boris, WCCO Television News at the state capitol.
The House and Senate Education Committees have voted jointly to dump two incumbents from the University of Minnesota's Board of Regents. They are Wenda Moore and Michael Unger. Rabbi Bernard Raskus of St. Paul defeated Moore on the third ballot, and 25-year-old Junior Wallace Hilke will replace Unger in the seat earmarked for a student or recent graduate. Unger is a 1981 graduate of the University Law School. This action serves as a recommendation to the House and the Senate, which will elect 4 members to the Board of Regents on Tuesday.
A Northeast Minneapolis alderman wants to reopen the politically sticky decision on where to dispose of garbage in the city. Earlier this month, the council decided to recommend that waste be burned at NSP's Riverside plant. Alderman Dietzick says there wasn't enough citizen participation in the decision. The alderman says there are plenty of things that neighbors of the plant should know about it.
They know that that neighborhood will be written off by the city as the neighborhood where the dump is, where we're going to burn the garbage, that their property values will decline. They need to know all that before the site is selected.
Alderman Dietzick says reconsidering the garbage decision is just one part of his call for more activity by neighborhood groups. City funding for those groups has been cut substantially in the last 2 years. When the 6 p.m. report resumes, we'll examine a program at the University of Minnesota that offers treatment and therapy for those who want sex change operations.
Ethel's Medicare supplement gave her bad news, a big rate increase.
And what did senior care give you?
Good news. Senior care costs no more than last year.
Bad news about Medicare.
What about senior care?
Oh, that's good news. Senior care coverage is still second to none.
Read about senior care and then call. Get some good news for a change.
People have suggested some new crusts for Tony's frozen pizza, and they were different enough. The fried crust.
Flexible, very flexible. No possible, no.
The thick crust.
No, that's crust. No, very bad.
But for Tony's, they were never good enough until now. Introducing Tony's new Italian pastry pizza. So crisp, so tender.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
New Italian pastry pizza, only from Tony's.
It's all over for dandelions when homeowners apply Triple Tonic to their lawns. With one easy application, Triple Tonic takes dandelions out and puts fertilizer and other vital nutrients back in to give you a thick, green, healthy lawn you can be proud of. Triple Tonic from Northrop King, the leader in new ideas for lawn care.
Bag that empties this easy.
Not just because you'll save up to $50.
And an easy starting high torque engine.
On a full range of models. Because there's no other mower like a Toro.
Blades all sharpened, Hank.
Thank you.
I'll take it. Good choice, sir.
Save up to $50 now at participating Toro dealers. Sale ends May 15th.
Billions and billions of burgers ago was created the Grand Dish. Now you can create your own.
Let there be lettuce, cheese, and bacon. No. Make that mushroom and cheese.
Choose up to 3 wonderful toppings from 10 superb ingredients to create your own.
Let there be sausage.
We've even created a special price.
I haven't had this much fun in years.
Right now at Color Tile, your whole imagination is on sale. Because right now, our whole stock of ceramic tile, decorated quarry, sheet vinyl flooring, and paint is 25 to 50% off. So imagine new bathroom walls. They're on sale. Imagine a new look for your living room. It's on sale. And a new kitchen floor. At Color Tile, it's all 25 to 50% off. Just imagine. Come on, this is Color Tile. You can afford to imagine more than that. Color Tile. All the choices make all the difference.
Tonight, I'd like to tell you what I
Better
think
make it good
is
with all this rain.
Okay, a rather exciting, exclusive, weather-related nature story. It starts in the western suburbs, the intersection of highways 12 and 18. You know about where
Right,
you can picture that. Okay. It's a Canadian goose family out for a little swim here, and the little ones are sheltered by Ma and Pa on either side, and everything seems to be okay. Well, something happens here. All of a sudden, there seems to be a little excitement going on, and some unwelcome relatives try to muscle in on this idyllic scene. And for the next few seconds, you'll see exciting things happening here at the intersection of Highway 12 and 18. Well, any moment now. There we go. Okay. There is a shower in the metro area, and our temperature is 50 degrees, the humidity at 93%, the wind is from the northwest at 18, and the pressure is 2989, and the pressure is rising. Well, we had a low temperature of 47 this morning, and the high was 64, sunrise 6:08, and the sunset tonight will be at 8:15. Isn't this exciting? Afternoon temperatures across the country. Well, we had quite a drop in temperature in the metro area. We're at 50 degrees right now, but the cool spot was 35 this afternoon at Minot, North Dakota. The warm spot, Brownsville, at 89, but warm air to the east was 88 at Washington, D.C., and showers and thunderstorms mostly scattered along that cold front. In fact, we have a severe thunderstorm watch from Arkansas to parts of Ohio, New York, and Pennsylvania until 7 o'clock tonight. And our radar showing a line of thunderstorms still from Fairmont through the Mankato area, the Twin Cities, and up to Duluth. In fact, there is sleet now at Hibbing. And a good chance that showers and thunderstorms will continue into the early evening anyway, and clearing later tonight at the Twin Cities. Our forecast, showers and thunderstorms, partial clearing later tonight with northwest winds and 42 degrees temperature overnight. Our forecast then for tomorrow is partly to mostly cloudy with the afternoon temperature at 68, and the forecast then will wind up April for you in this way and start the 1st of May. Partly cloudy on Saturday with showers forecast for the 1st of May, and showers will continue into Monday, and partly cloudy Tuesday is our forecast, cooling from 60 to 55 and from 40 to 35 for the nighttime temperatures.
All right.
Pretty exciting goose story, I thought.
That is. Why do they chase each other like that?
Well, they're mad about something.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Bob.
Mad about the weather is what they're mad about.
Mad about all that rain. Sports is up next, including a live report from Mark Rosen, who is on Minnesota's new high school athlete. He will introduce us to the new high school athlete of the year.